Good morning, and welcome back to another episode of Solely Voids, your free-to-play series where we use solely Void champions. We're glad that you're here. Okay, so we're just picking up the clan boss. We're mid-fusion. Remember, we're not going super hard for it. We're just trying to pick up as many rares as we can. I think we got to be close to one of the epics. Doesn't look like she's particularly good, but good enough for us to grab her and put her to some use. That's nice. That's real nice. Alright. We'll come back. We'll run a clan boss key here in less than an hour, so we don't have to do that. But what's caught my eye this morning is, maybe was it here? No. What caught my eye this morning was this Verdant Deck of Fate. So I go on YouTube and try to check it out, and I saw a video from Boozer. So I'll link the video right now. Here. One of those two spots, more than likely. And it looks like it's going to be a guaranteed Void champion. How about that? That is bonkers. Hopefully, we have the resources. In my mind, I'm thinking 20 Sacreds is what it's going to take. And I clearly don't have that. But it's not just shards. It's also soul stones, which we have a good, healthy amount, including the big boy. And it's also dungeon divers. And actually, we have 12k of these coins that we could maybe nab. So let's go ahead and see what champion it is. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, it'll probably be a high elf void. It's probably going to be something like Supreme Elhain, maybe like an Ethos, or maybe it'll be in the Sylvan Watcher, something I already have done. Maybe it'll be, I don't know, one of these. No, it's in the faction that we need it to be. It's in the Orcs, and it's this guy, Kawn Branchbreaker. Pretty cool looking champion. I guess considering he's a Void Lego, could be a little bit better. But let's see what he's all about. So we got a defense in all battles aura. Okay. And we got an A1. Attacks one enemy. Before attacking, removes one random buff from the target. This effect cannot be resisted if this champion's under a shield. And then places a block revive debuff if this kills the champion. Wow. And then increases the value of the shield buffs on this champion by 30% of the damage deal and can't increase it more than 10,000. It's a pretty good A1. That's a single target. Yeah. Okay. AoE attack ignores a percentage of each target's defense equal to 50% of the difference between this champion's max HP and the shields on them. Let me read that again. That's a little confusing. Ignores a percentage of each target's defense equal to 50%. So half of the difference between the max HP and the shield. So half the difference. So if he's got 100, if this is like a 15% shield and this is, 100% of his HP, so there's an 85% difference, and then you cut it in half, which wouldn't be 50, but I mean, still, okay. Also destroys each target's max HP by 20% of the damage inflicted. Stacks up to 50% and will ignore any shields. Whew. Okay. And then places a shield proportional to this champion's defense and a 25% strength and buff on all allies for 2 turns, and then a counterattack. Wowzer. Wow. Okay, removes one random debuff from this champion at the start of their turn. At the end of every 4th turn, this champion removes all debuffs and places them, and then places a 60% increased defense buff on them for 2 turns. Increases this champion's defense by 3% for each debuff removed by this skill up to 30%. Okay, so he's a defensive damage dealer. Wow. Sounds like he's pretty cool. I mean, obviously, Faction Wars, he's going to be an animal, but I bet you he could be a good arena defense. Maybe not. Maybe he just doesn't hit as hard as. But either way, for us in this account, who cares? Sounds like he hits hard, but then also additionally, I've been thinking with my tag team, we really are lacking a second nuker. Right now it's all Yakarl and then a second team that has Slixus. But if we get a third team that has a reasonable nuker, we could, reasonably put a Mithrala and then finally level up Andrissia. So then I think she puts a shield out, or maybe it's just her bolster. Either way. Man. This could be a huge opportunity. Really give us the opportunity to skyrocket the account. Now that may mean that we're going to have to pull our voids outside of an actual event. Because I don't see a situation where we're able to get the guaranteed void without pulling everything that we got. But what an opportunity. How exciting. An exciting opportunity for us. I think we got to go for it. I mean, tomorrow when it comes out, I'll wake up early and I'll do the math and figure out what that is going to mean for us. But anyway. Whew. What news. What news. Okay. So I believe in the meantime, there's a champ training event. One last thing. I will burn every single one of my gems if that means I have to pull 11 ancients at a time. You know what I mean? Okay. Okay, let's look at the events going on. Okay, so Spider does start tomorrow, so that would be a good opportunity to recuperate a lot of just silver. So tomorrow, when we're talking champ training, hopefully I can have the vast majority of that done yet today, because tomorrow is a Dungeon Divers, and Spider would be a huge opportunity because I can actually farm at 100% stage 10. And then Classic Arena Takedown, we're like right on the edge here. We got to be in the ballpark of getting this close. There's a Dungeon Divers that coincided with the Ice Golem. I did get the Ice Golem rare. And this seems like very reasonable amount. And if we get the Void Lego, we can actually book him up all the way and just try to level him up in this event. We're obviously going to try to push for these two things before that event starts. How does somebody already have 12,000 points? Are you kidding me? That's crazy. And this is just going to be a classic, another one of those events. We're going to push as high as we can go reasonably without expending too much resources. But realistically, this could be helpful because I bet you 70 extra more of those shards is likely another prism, or a primal. So we're probably going to have to try to push pretty hard today for that, but I don't want to blow too much resources in the meantime. And then events. The events, Dungeon Divers, I mean, we're close to getting it, but just again, I mean, we're not close. We're like not even halfway. We'll just passively get what we can. I don't think this Primal Quartz particularly matters, as we are not going to. That won't get us a second Primal for this event. But obviously it'd be great to get this, but I don't think it's in the works. So before we leave for going out of town next week, we already we have 2 on the horizon for sure, and we already have 1. They're all spread out. That's fantastic. What if I sort it by faction? Or I sort it by affinity, better yet. So I already have 3. 4 is going to be Classic Arena for sure. 5 is going to be Champ Training. 6 is going to be Spider. So that means I just got to find room to get 2 more. So 2 more. So there will be a Fire Knight, 7. I'll do that. And there should be a second Classic Arena. I would have to check the event calendar. I'm sure that we could pop it up right here. News, Fabian. Okay. Where are we at? So Spider, Fire Knight. And then there is another Classic Arena. Hopefully I'm around for that. So it looks like we're going to end this with just 2, which I think is totally fine. Just helping out with Faction Guardians. So, all right. Exciting news. Hopefully we have the stuff. Stay tuned. So if you want to see, are we able to get this Kawn Branchbreaker? subscribe and like the video, so then you are ready to go for when the next video comes out, which is scheduled for Thursday. But if we have an exciting enough of an episode, we may have to do an extra. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, so stay tuned. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out, and I'll see you on the other side.